In a single 24-hour window, an estimated 49,000 people crossed into a small European territory by land and sea. The crowds pushing across the border are predominantly young men, but they also include women, infants, and at least 7,000 unaccompanied minors. To understand the sheer scale of those arrivals, you have to look at the destination. The city receiving them has a total population of just 83,600. Those numbers represent an immediate, total collapse of border enforcement. In a matter of hours, the city's infrastructure was completely overwhelmed by an influx equal to more than half its existing population. This map highlights Ceuta, a tiny Spanish territory physically located on the northern coast of Africa, separated from mainland Spain by the Strait of Gibraltar. Normally, migrants attempting to reach the city have to swim several kilometers from further down the coastline to bypass the border. This time, massive groups of people simply walked right up to the physical border structures with ease. That perimeter is usually impassable. It relies on highly fortified, multi-layered metal fences topped with thick razor wire. But during this surge, the Moroccan border guards who typically intercept migrants along this exact route are entirely missing. The structures remain, but the enforcement is gone. The physical barriers protecting a European border were left effectively unguarded by the Moroccan state. Spain's presence in Ceuta traces back to the 15th century, creating a deep historical fault line right on the African coast. From Madrid's perspective, the territory is an integral autonomous community of Spain. It holds the exact same legal and political status as the semi-autonomous regions located on the European mainland. Morocco holds a completely opposing view. The Moroccan government considers Ceuta to be a colonized enclave and maintains that the land rightfully belongs under Moroccan sovereignty. This makes the city an active geopolitical pressure point, where a centuries-old territorial dispute still dictates modern border security. Because Ceuta forms the physical gateway to Europe, Spain relies entirely on Morocco to police the African side of the border. This dynamic allows for weaponized migration, a tactic where one state intentionally loosens its border controls to exert diplomatic leverage over a neighbor. We've seen this exact mechanism deployed before. In 2021, following a diplomatic dispute with Madrid, Moroccan authorities deliberately stood back and allowed 8,000 people to cross into Ceuta. The catalyst for the current surge of 49,000 arrivals points to recent actions by Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez. Sánchez recently traveled to Algeria for diplomatic talks. Algeria actively backs the independence movement for the Western Sahara. Algeria is Morocco's primary regional rival, and the status of Western Sahara is a highly sensitive territorial conflict for the Moroccan government. The vanishing border guards in Ceuta appear to be a calculated response. Turning off border controls serves as a direct diplomatic punishment against Spain for engaging with Algerian interests. Because Ceuta is legally Spanish, a physical breach on the African coast instantly compromises the European Union's only land border with Africa. This animated map tracks the Schengen area, a zone of 29 European countries with open internal borders. The entire system relies heavily on the strength of its external perimeters to function. The sudden failure of the Ceuta border immediately caused Italy and Finland to threaten a suspension of the Schengen Agreement regarding free movement with Spain. European leaders quickly seized on the events. Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni publicly framed the sudden influx as an uncontrolled immigration event and a direct security threat to Europe. A territorial spat between two neighboring countries rapidly escalated into a contagion event, threatening the core principle of free movement that binds the European Union together. While European parliaments debate the political fallout, the reality on the ground in Ceuta remains severely dangerous. In recent days, at least 18 people have died attempting to swim around the fences to reach the territory. Those who survive the crossing face immense despair. One young migrant told reporters he could not go back, stating Morocco is death, while others begged those who haven't crossed yet to stay away. The tragedy unfolding in Ceuta exposes the true cost of weaponizing a border. Vulnerable human lives are reduced to disposable leverage to settle a modern diplomatic feud.